Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Coming on to talk very briefly about the question, are there too many life coaches? I get this question a lot, and people will ask me this question, and it's not really like being rude, it's just kind of like what people really are thinking. So I wanted to come on today and address that question. Hold on one second, letting people know I'm on here. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Are there too many life coaches? That's what I'm asking this question this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Janice and Shaylon. Good morning. Are there too many life coaches? Because a lot of people are asking that question because across social media, you'll see so many people calling themselves coaches, life coaches, empowerment coaches, abuse coaches, trauma coaches, empowerment coaches. You've got a coach literally for any different, there's literally over 100 different types of coaches, and you can look that up and see how many different types of coaches there are. And so you begin to ask the question, are there too many coaches, especially just general life coaches? Are there too many life coaches? And one of the things that I love to point out is that oftentimes across social media, when something is very prominent or you see a lot of people doing something, you begin to get the impression that the market is saturated. You begin to get the impression that it's a very competitive field, a competitive industry, that there's just too many people doing it. How do you set yourself apart? And the truth is that it's not very saturated at all, that there's not enough coaches. There are not enough life coaches. One of the reasons that I came on to do this video is I often hear people will say, well, Rebecca, it just seems like everybody and their mama is a coach nowadays. Just keeping it real, right? Everybody and their mama is a coach. And one of the things that I like to point out is that there are almost 7.7 billion people on Earth. And right now, people are hurting like never before, We are hitting record numbers of people dealing with depression, suicide, even with our children. We're dealing with the fallout of marriages, divorce. We're dealing with trauma. We're dealing with a record number of drug use, that we're literally right now, we are at epidemic levels of issues with mental health, issues with physical health, issues with relationships and love and connecting. We're literally reaching the point where, and social media plays a large part in this, where people are very unhappy. People are hurting and they're broken, and they're coming from situations that they're trying to overcome. But yet, especially because of social media, there's so much pressure to have it all figured out, to get it together. And they're comparing themselves to other people, and you're comparing yourself to the highlight reel of other people's lives, not knowing truthfully what they're going through or what they're dealing with. And so people in general are very unhappy, very dissatisfied with life. And so just like the lawyers, the doctors, people who, the gazillions of professionals, gazillion of people who are graduating from college right now, getting bachelor's degrees, PhDs, doctorates, getting, MDs, lawyers, all of these people are coming out into the open marketplace, and a lot of the time, especially with lawyers and doctors, they're having to set up practice, which is no different than starting any type of business on your own. You're having to start a business, which means branding, marketing, right? Which means professional etiquette, which means learning professional ethics, which means if you're not going to go work in a hospital as a doctor, you're going to be working for yourself. Which means all the same rules apply for entrepreneurship. If you're a lawyer and you're going to go start a practice, all the exact same rules apply for starting a business. Good morning, Den. So literally, what we don't often compare or think about is, you don't think about how many lawyers are graduating out of graduate school right now. You don't think about how many doctors are graduating and thinking, there's just too many doctors. There's just too many lawyers. There's just too many accountants. right? There's just too many of these professionals. No, the truth is that it's an open marketplace. And just like you have doctors who are not so great, or doctors who try to go into private practice but don't succeed, and they go to work at the hospital or go to work in someone else's practice because they don't have the business skills to be successful as an entrepreneur, as a doctor, or a lawyer who is opening up a practice but competing. When you go up and down the highway, how many injury lawyer billboards do you see with lawyers trying to set themselves apart as the go-to lawyer in your area? Come to me if you've been injured. Come to me if something's happened to you, right? They're trying to set themselves apart and market their practice so that they will get your business. Well, it's an open marketplace. And just like they're competing with a gazillion lawyers, coaches are literally in the open marketplace creating businesses. Now here's the difference with coaches. There's not really a whole lot of truly professional coaches. There's a lot of hobby coaches. When's the last time you saw actual real branding, professional coaches with branding, businesses established, beautiful websites, literally business acumen, business strategy, executing, advertising running? That is literally the small percentage of coaches in the marketplace. So there's, you got your girlfriend or your cousin who talking about he's a life coach, but is he making a living as a coach? Is he marketing and branding his company as a coach? Does he have actual paying clients as a coach? Is he actually helping to change lives as a coach? There's the bigger question. Is he actually changing lives as a coach? So oftentimes the impression is, oh, there's a gazillion coaches, Rebecca. Why would I want to get certified as a coach? It's just too competitive. It's not competitive, hardly at all. There's a lot of people who are out here, I'm a coach. But when you go to check them out, it's not professionally done. They're not running it as a business. They're running it as a hobby. They may be charging $50 for something here, $100 for something there. But true professional trained coaches are literally a very small percentage of the industry, because there's literally not enough certification, enough training out here, professional training. There's so much, training that's over a weekend, $500 for this, $25 for this. And people get these little pieces of paper. I did it years ago. I went through a certification over a weekend, paid $500, literally never used anything I learned, not one thing I learned in that training over the weekend. Because why? It wasn't a professional training. It was a hobby training. It was get some money quick over a weekend so I can call myself a certified coach. And so now I can go out here and try to figure out how to make money as a coach, but it's more about the hustle than it is really about changing lives. And that's what you see a lot of. So anytime somebody starts to say to you, there's so many coaches, or if you're really thinking about becoming a life coach, do not let what you see across social media or your immediate circle discourage you from becoming a coach. Because there's not enough coaches. There are not enough professional coaches who are naturally gifted and called to do it, called to change lives. There are a gazillion people in the world hurting. Everybody's hurting. And people are turning to drugs, sex, dating, workaholics, sexaholics, alcoholics, you name it. People are turning to things, trying to cope with pain, and they need help. They need people with proven strategies, proven techniques. They need people who are called to it, not people just trying to get rich, not people just trying to make a quick buck, because they're going to tell you, I'm going to work with you, take my 3-day weekend training and your whole life's going to turn around. That's a lie. Your life is not going to turn around in 3 days. You didn't get here in 3 days. It's not going to turn around in 3 days. It's going to take work. It's going to take consistency. Everything with God is a process. Healing is a process. It takes time to change hearts, to change your mindset, to change your habits, to change your daily routines, to change how you talk, to change how you think, to change how you feel. All of that takes time. And the best coaches in the world are healers. healers of hearts and minds. So the next time you think to yourself, there's just so many coaches, baby, no, no, there are not enough coaches. We could certify 100,000 coaches and we still wouldn't even scratch the surface of the 7.7 billion people on earth who need us in order to heal and to change and to level up and to walk in wholeness and healing. We can't even scratch the surface. That's how much life coaches are needed in the world today. And it's a global marketplace. You say, oh, there's so many life coaches in Atlanta. I don't know how many clients I have in Atlanta. I have clients all over the world. Do not think locally. You are needed on a global level. Get out of a small local public mindset. Get into a global mindset. I have clients in Europe. I have clients all in South America. I've got clients in the islands. I've got clients in England. I've got clients in Canada. I've got clients all over the world. Because now with the internet, social media, people find you from all over the world. 90% of my clients come from YouTube. YouTube. Find me, click a link, consultation. I need help. Rebecca, what do I got to do? And the technology allows you to reach people all over the world. So think big. Think big. If you are drawn to being a life coach, do it. Do it. And I'm not saying just do my certification. Don't just do our certification. Go and look at the different certifications. Our certification is for spiritual, mindful leaders, people who want a spiritual foundation to their coaching practice, people who want to incorporate God into their coaching practice, right? That is what the Abundant Life Path Coaching Certification is for. Believers, leaders, thought leaders, spiritual leaders, healers, life givers, life coaches. That is who the Abundant Life Path Coaching Cert is for. But that's not for everybody. We may not be for you. Maybe you want to go and find something else that's more of a fit for the type of coach you want to be. But don't ever let people tell you there's too many coaches. Don't ever let anyone discourage you from moving forward into a professional coaching practice. If you feel drawn to do it, follow it. Because there's only one you. And last time I checked, there's almost 7.7 billion people on earth. And you are needed to do the work that you're called to do. You're needed to make a difference. And only you can do what you're called to do. You are unique in your gifts, your personality, your skills, your talents, your passions. You are unique. There's only one you. So guess what? There are souls assigned to you. There's people only you can reach. There's people that are only going to respond to you, your voice, your smile, your spirit, your soul. You know how many people I get on consultations and they're like, Rebecca, I checked out so many different coaches and I got on your YouTube and I just saw these videos and there was just something about you and I just needed to work with you and I just know that I'm supposed to be right here on this phone call with you. All I have to do to set myself apart in the marketplace is be me. All you have to do to set yourself apart in the marketplace is be you. Be you. All right, I just wanted to come on and talk really quickly because I always hear that question and I'm like, I don't want somebody to be discouraged from becoming an abundant life coach because you feel like the market's too saturated. Baby, we need help. The healers need help. We are overrun with hurting people. I have more clients than I know what to do with. Today is one of those days where I'm literally booked back to back to back to back today. I will be working from this point when I get off this call until 7 p.m. tonight. Why? People need help. People need help. And you've got to ask yourself, do you want to be part of a healing movement? Do you want to be part? Because one of the biggest questions you need to ask yourself is, how can I make a difference in the world? How can I help to change lives? How can I do my part to help people? You don't have to chase money. Forget about money. Just forget about money. If you will only focus on how you can help people, how you can make a difference in the world, money will begin to chase you down. Chase you down, literally. You don't have to worry about money. When you focus, because what I tell all of my clients, the scholars and mentees, members, everyone, if you want to make some money, do God's work. Focus on doing God's work. Focus on helping people. Focus on standing in the gap for people. Focus on being the change that you want to see in the world. Focus on making a difference. And money is going to run you down. It's going to chase you down. You're going to begin to feel like, money. Money's the last thing on your mind. Money's the last thing you're worrying about. And on top of that, you begin to have freedom of lifestyle, freedom of time, freedom to be with your family, free because it brings balance. When you do what you're called to do, when you do your part to help heal the world, God takes care of you. God provides for you because you're on God's team. He will not give you a vision without bringing provision. So when you get in position and you do what you're called to do, boom. That's when you're going to find an ease, that divine flow, where things begin to just come together for you. And if you're one of those people that's been trying and trying and trying, and you're trying this and you're trying that, and you're trying and you're trying, and it just doesn't seem to work, you're not fulfilled, it's something that's just not clicking, you feel like there's got to be more for you than what you're doing right now. There's got to be more than what you're doing right now. And if you're one of those people who's always found yourself helping, giving, because you have a heart to serve, you have a heart to give, you have a heart to help people, but you struggle figuring out how that's supposed to manifest or exactly what you're supposed to be doing, you may be a life coach. Life coaches tend to try a lot of different things before they find coaching. A lot of different things. You can find yourself in sales. You can find yourself in customer service. You can find yourself in counseling. You can find yourself in ministry. You can find yourself in charity work. You can find yourself in nursing and in medical fields. Why? You have a healing nature. You have a healing spirit. You have a caring and giving heart. You care about people. You might be a coach. You might be a coach. Paulita, come on. 3 spots left, Carlita. We only got 3 spots left, boo-boo. Come on. Snatch it up. All right. I love you guys. Blessings in abundance. I just wanted to come on really quickly and just answer that question for you in case that was the reason that you're holding back from pursuing a professional coaching career. Do not let the industry or the appearance that there's so many coaches hold you back from doing what you're called to do. Don't let it hold you back. No matter how many coaches are on this earth, nobody can do it like you. You are unique, wonderfully and fearfully made. God has got a work to do through you that only you can do. All right, love you. There's a link above. If you're looking to become a life coach, check out the Abundant Life Path Coaching Certification. We get started Monday for our summer session. Our fall session starts August 19th. Listen, it's wide open. Class starts in 3 days. We ready to rock and roll. You can become a certified abundant life coach literally this year. You can be ready to scale up to 6 figures in your coaching practice in 2020. 2020. Boo boo. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm ready to teach you and mentor you. You got to do your part. Sign up. We have payment plans. Don't let the price tag fool you. We have payment plans. Love you. Get in your applications. It's not too late. We're working all the way through the weekend to get people in for Monday. If you want to sign up for the fall session, that's open as well. Just select that on the application. Love you to pieces. Have a great day. Happy Friday, TGIF. Blessings in abundance. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.